I'm at home, outside. They're clearing some land back behind me. But it's just such a nice day. I wanted to be outside when I was doing this. I want to tell you a story. You know, you hear a lot of people these days talking about how bad things are, and so often today people don't want to take any kind of personal responsibility for anything. It doesn't matter what it is. It's always someone else's fault, or something happened that prevented them from doing whatever. And it's never their fault. You have people who are struggling to make ends meet, and sometimes that's of their own doing, sometimes it's not, you know. There's a lot of single moms out there, and even some single dads. They are really busting it, trying to provide for themselves and their young family. And they're really showing what being an adult is all about. They're showing all of us what it is to take personal responsibility for things, because, you know, they literally have to do it all. And then there's others that want to just kind of coast and, well, I'll go with the flow. Whatever happens, happens. I will tell you this story that I heard a while back. A man gets out of his car and he's walking up to the front of the store to go inside, and as he's approaching the front of the store, another man walks up to him and says, "Hey, can you give me $1? Can you help me out? I'm really having a hard time." That dollar might just change my life. Now, normally, this gentleman would not give in to panhandlers and give them money, thinking, well, he's just going to spend it on alcohol or drugs or something. But for this time, for whatever reason, he said, I'll give you the $1, but I want to ask you a question. Is that all you need? Is just $1? Yes, sir. That's all I need, is just $1. That $1 will get me going. So he hands him the $1, and as he's giving him the $1, he tugs on it and says, "Life gives us what we demand of it." Now think about that. If you don't demand anything out of life, you don't require, for lack of a better term, anything from life, then life's going to give you whatever comes along. But if you want better for yourself, if you want better for your family, much like these single parents, then you're going to work to get better. You're going to work to do better and have better. At the end of the day in this life, there ain't nobody going to take care of you but you. And nobody's going to look out for you but you. And the same thing goes with trucking. You're going to get out of this business what you demand of this business. You know, if you're going to spend all your time hanging out at the truck stops, being seen, you're not going to make any money. If you're on the road, those wheels are turning, and you're going load after load after load, you're going to make money. Now, granted, right now rates are crap. Fuel is still high in comparison to where it should be. But I think this is really more of an industry adjustment cycle. And I think that there's been a lot of powers that be that have learned through COVID and how it affected the supply chain globally. I think that there are a significant number of those in the industry that learned ways to better manipulate things to benefit themselves and or their business. But regardless of that, you can still make money. You may not be able to be as selective in the loads that you take as what you used to could. You may not be as selective in where you go as what you used to be in order to make the kind of money that you require of yourself, that you need in order to sustain the lifestyle that you want. You're going to get whatever you demand of life. If you need a higher rate, then you have to learn to negotiate. You don't just take whatever a broker is willing to offer you. And maybe rather than biting off that big truck payment for that new truck, maybe you go with something a few years older. You know, maybe find you something that you can buy for $50,000 or $60,000 as opposed to $100,000 to $150,000. You can live just as well in that $60,000 truck or $50,000 truck as you can in that $200,000 truck. It's a tool to make you money. It's a tool to provide you a living. And that's the way I see it. It is not who I am. It is not what defines me. My actions are what defines me, the kind of person that I am. That truck that I drive doesn't define me. I don't have to have that brand new W990. I'd like to have a W990. But that $60,000 Cascadia can make you just as much money as that W990. Granted, it may not last as long before it needs to be rebuilt, have an in frame done or an out of frame, either way, but it's a tool to make you money, and it will make you just as much money in the long run as that brand new W990. So just keep that in mind. You know, look around you, be thankful for what you have. Appreciate each and every day that you have. But remember that you're going to get from life whatever you demand from life. And the less that you demand, the less that you expect, the less you're going to get. So set your sights a little higher. Listen more carefully when you're talking with brokers. Plan your week as far in advance as you can. If you can book your full week worth of loads on Friday, and you pick up on Sunday or Monday, and you got everything bang 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 for the whole week, fantastic. Hopefully you don't have any setbacks that throws that plan into just a memory. But try to be a little bit more deliberate in what you're doing, and I think that you'll see that in the long run it's going to work out better for you, and you're going to earn a whole lot more. So that's my rant for today. You guys take care, be safe, and I'll see you on the road. Bye.